But hey,
Yeah.
welcome to Crashing Game Night. My name is Matt Diorio, your host. As always, I am joined by the beanie one, Gerard.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the Crashing Game Night. It is
God.
my absolute pleasure to host and assist you because our other host, J Rock, is not here.
My
was my
apologies to the entire population of France.
It is okay because you're absolutely
I'm
right.
apologizing to all the actors of Ratatouille right now.
What are you talking about?
And that, ladies and
I
gentlemen,
killed a man.
I'm
with
done.
this
I promise. I
thumb.
promise.
This thumb.
time. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the baby-faced one who is kind of addicted to Tears of the Kingdom.
Bro, I am. Like,
Awesome.
I have cleared out, or I'm working on all my shrines right now. So I'm at 110 shrines cleared. Just trying to get them all. Playing
Nice,
Pokemon.
bro.
I'm playing Zelda Pokemon style. Gotta clear them all.
I do that as well. That's partially my strategy until I get distracted. But that's always my go-to.
I'm trying not to get
when...
as distracted, but like if I find Korok seeds along the way, I gotta get it.
Yeah, see, it's yeah.
You're gonna you're just
tears.
gonna end up with another golden pile of crap for those
Yes.
Korok seeds.
But it's
Just-
a metal
Oh,
golden piece of
Yeah,
cake.
I'm actually not
Whatever.
know why there is so many because there's like 1,000 Korok seeds, but
okay.
you don't need 1,000 to actually max out your inventory.
No, it was put in there
So-
as a joke, like
Yeah.
that. All these side quests and stuff that are in gaming usually produce just crap half the time. So
Awesome.
So it's kind of an homage, yeah.
So
Very
But
homage.
it's still tedious in the game.
how's everyone doing?
Pretty good.
I'm ready for our
I'm doing pretty
weekends.
good.
That's what I'm ready for. I'm ready for our weekend.
I'm just getting ready for you guys, and yeah, just been
Make sure
working.
you're all stretched out, Jerry. We're gonna
I
be
am.
riding you.
Oh Lord,
Dude, our
But yes.
hold on though, because don't go there because the massage parlor host is not here.
that's very true.
I mean, we gotta fill in because he's not here.
Well, I'm staying away from that. No illicit activities happen,
Sure.
So I am looking forward to my weekend. It's already been a week. So the nice thing is I am not having to work a full day tomorrow because I get to go get my results from my echo in the morning.
Ooh.
Oh, that's right. Oh, good.
fun.
Yeah. You have to keep us updated.
Oh yeah, we'll find out how the old ticker is holding up.
Sweet.
How
How the old flux capacitors capacitating,
God, yeah. much my
capacitating or
valves
whatever.
deteriorated.
No, yeah.
But no, it's been a week. So, and I'm sad that Jason isn't going to be here tonight because we're going to be going over the new additions to PlayStation Plus, Games with Gold and Switch Online.
Or the finalization of games of gold, correct?
Correct. It is the
Whoa.
last one. The last one.
God.
And
It
then
is
also we've
about
got
time.
a couple other things to talk about tonight, but so let's kind of get into it. And this is another topic that I wish Jason was here for, is Square Enix announced at this past weekend, I guess their fan fest for FF14 in Vegas, that Final Fantasy XIV is coming to the Xbox in the spring.
Interesting.
Okay.
So it has solely been on PC and PlayStation this whole time, and now they're going to bring it to the Xbox. So
Okay. But I mean,
so
it kind of hurts on the whole, like, if you want for FPS, go Xbox. If you want story and adventure games, go PS.
well, at this point, not to knock PlayStation too much, but they're cookie cutter story games now that are all just kind of getting the same in a little bit, but I think it's a huge get
Here
for
and there,
Xbox. Yeah, I think it's a huge get for Xbox. Like Square and Microsoft have not gotten along over the years. You know, we know that FF16 was pretty much bought and paid for by Sony to say, hey, make it a console exclusive for a while. So it is nice. Square has also been putting the Final Fantasies out on the Xbox, and right now, currently, the Xbox Series is the only place to play Final Fantasy 13 on the consoles.
Oh wow!
Unless you have a PS3.
Really?
Yeah, they have not ported it to the 4 or 5. They haven't ported it to Switch. It's been solely on Xbox's backwards compatible.
Yet they ported and re-released Charlie's Angels Final Fantasy. Why?
That was a while ago, and that was
But
X1
still.
and X2.
But still,
And I think that was for PS3
Charlie's Angels
too,
is going to get that, yeah,
That was PS2.
oh yeah, it was PS2.
10
yeah,
was
but it
2.
got re-released on PS3.
It's been
On-
re-released a number of times.
It's
It's even
been
been
re-released
re-released on
on-
Switch.
It's been
Is
re-released
it
on
really?
Yeah,
I own I own it on my Vita and my Switch.
yeah.
I know you
So
got
that's
it.
what,
on the
so that's
Vita,
what I'm
but you
saying.
bought the
Why is
Switch
10
too?
getting
Yeah.
all the love when 13's
Damn.
getting nothing?
Wow.
I know. I need my 13. Come on.
We'll see. It's really about the future projects with Square Enix and where those projects go. For the most part, they're going to Sony and PlayStation, but who knows?
And I hope for Xbox users' sake,
I don't get it either. I mean, the only other franchise that I would understand being exclusive would be the 7 remake.
Mm.
That would be the only one I would see them throwing like any kind of friction over. But like, I mean, 16, I think they eventually have plans on it.
I think you'll see 16
14,
after a year. It'll come to Xbox.
Yeah, and I think later on in the future, I think we're going to start seeing that timeline being shorter and shorter.
Yeah, and honestly, I think if Square wants to try and hold off those rumors of PlayStation trying to acquire them, I would start putting out as much onto the Xbox and start building that up too, so you have multiple revenue streams and it helps stave off any type of a potential takeover.
Well, that could be part of their strategy. Is like if they have a working relationship with Xbox, that could be part of their negotiation to where, like I said, a few franchises will be exclusive for Xbox or for PlayStation, and that's what they work on. But their back catalog or other, like maybe another game that they could be working on is for Microsoft and Switch and everyone else.
So IP exclusive rather than production exclusive.
So
thank you.
Okay.
Although, I mean, I don't see that working. I see them eventually.
Yeah, I feel
allowing
that'd be pretty difficult to manage.
So that's too much. That's why I think,
especially if you start getting creative and having a lot of IPs.
Yeah, that's why I think eventually Square Enix is going to need to get bought by either Microsoft or PlayStation in order to get more of those projects going, because they're getting bigger and bigger and more vast, especially with the new consoles. So I wouldn't be surprised if we hear them making a decision or a deal.
Well, so
in the next couple of years, I would say in the next couple of years.
So I will say this. I was just looking it up, seeing kind of what FF7 is going to be. Rebirth is going to be exclusive to PS5.
Yeah.
And
we expected
also,
that though.
Oh yeah.
And that is because of the SSD. And the way that's architected within the PS5. It's a different architecture than the SSD setup that is in the Xbox. And the way that it
I believe that's because I believe it's because in Xbox it's SATA, which only maxes out at like 6 gigabytes per second read speed, whereas in PS5 it's M.2, which is NVMe, so it's tremendously faster. So that's probably why, I guess. But I feel at the same time that's a little wrong for the developers to develop the game in such a fashion that you require such speeds in order to run it.
Well, unless they were under the impression that it was only going to be for PS5.
But I mean, like, if they end up releasing it to Xbox and stuff, and you're still working it towards to have that capability. So why use that as the excuse of it being PS5 exclusive? You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you're gonna work it back, like, why not just have the equal quality in the first place?
Exactly. Yeah. Totally. And be good with that. But I think, and especially right now in the PS5 in its years lifespan right now, we're at that point where game developers are going to push it to see as far as they can go. Remember the last few years of the PS4's lifespan, game developers knew how far they could take their games and how far they can push it, and then they even tested pushing it. I think Horizon was the one that they like really pushed the boundaries on what
on PS4,
on PS4, and then showing even more what it can do on PS5. But I think right now they're figuring out like how far they can push still the power and the game systems.
I think for
operating systems.
Yeah. Looking at it, from a Final Fantasy perspective, right, is that FF7 remake, so the one that came out on the PS4, I don't see how that can't run on an Xbox. So that's got to be something in the exclusivity agreement with.
Well, hasn't remake already been released on PC? So it should already be on Xbox, right?
It's not on Xbox. It is only on PC
Game Pass?
and PS5.
No, it's exclusive. Square Enix, the games that really are like exclusive to Sony, they only ever go to PC.
Yeah. Do we know which PC stores it's on then? Is it only on Steam? That's it.
As far as I've been able to see.
Anything associated with Microsoft, like, because they can't, like, even a sister company, I guess, doesn't do it, right?
Yeah. So, for me, it's like, as a Final Fantasy fan, I want to see everybody be able to play the games, like, and enjoy all of them in their iterations on whatever platform. I get it. 16, the way SSD is built.
Microsoft people, they're kind of toxic. I don't like them. No, I'm just kidding.
Says the toxic PlayStation fan.
I am not a toxic PlayStation fan. In fact,
no,
I'm a pretty biased.
With that
attitude, yeah.
Yes, with that attitude.
No, I totally agree. But I'm still for the like timed exclusivity when it comes to like really just remake to be for PlayStation. I mean, have it for like 6 months, and then from there, let everybody else play it.
I feel like 6 months is not very long.
It's not. I would say a year.
I was gonna say 6 months.
A year is like more realistic.
Yeah, you'd need at least a fiscal year, I guess.
At this point, they need to figure out what's going on. For me, they need to figure out what's going on with FF13, because if they don't, I'm gonna have to pick up a Series S just so I can play it. I really don't want to. Well, there's Forza.
Dude, more power to. I want to get an S, dude. I want to try Game Pass, and I seriously still want to play Halo Infinite, given everything about it. But still, I want to.
Halo 1 with a new shiny coat of paint.
I still, I want to see the.
No, but here's my thing is, and this is where I do have to give props to Phil Spencer, is that he's always said, "Hey, I want everybody to be able to enjoy games regardless of where they're at. Whichever console they're at, he's like, they should be able to enjoy the games." Now, granted, currently with the Switch right now, you're not going to be able to enjoy, the new Modern Warfare on it because the hardware can't run it. But that being said, right, it shouldn't matter if you're on PlayStation or Xbox. You should just be able to play the game. And I think right now, when you look at Xbox, they've got all the Final Fantasies up through 12. Now they're getting 14. They've got 13. They've got 14. They've got 15. I believe they've got 15. Let's look that one up.
Yeah, I saw that announcement.
Sure.
They got
they've got 15.
They got like
so
a
the
good
only
eight Final Fantasy games to play.
No, they've got all. So they've got the Pixel remasters that came out, which was 1 through 6.
Oh, sweet. Oh, okay, cool.
You've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14 when it comes out. So you've got all the main lines that are on Xbox, with the exception of 16 and FF7 Remake. So at that point, it's just the most latest.
Yeah, for Final Fantasy I just see the latest games like 16, 17, and so forth, and of course 7 Remake. Those are just the problem areas where I think where the negotiations are going to have to happen.
Yeah. But I just think overall, though, I think we need to start moving beyond. Yes, I get it. PlayStation, you have your exclusives and stuff like that. But I think we need to get beyond, in some ways, some of the exclusivity stuff. Like if you're a third party, there shouldn't be just console exclusives. It should just be put it out on whatever console.
I think we've gotten to the point where I think we've really gotten to the point for franchises to be, if they come from Sony or if they come from Microsoft, okay, cool. Like that's fine. We see the branding, we see where they come from. That's fine. We're still fans.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter that they don't get to play it or not. Everyone should be able to play. Like you said, Matt. I even hope Xbox players eventually get to play Uncharted.
And vice versa. Wouldn't it be nice to see Halo show up on PlayStation?
That'd be sweet.
I mean, at this point, what you could do is with your first party stuff, do a year or two of exclusivity, kind of like they're doing with PC market right now with Sony, and then put them out on Xbox. I mean,
there's still Sony IPs. They still belong to them. They're still their big franchises.
They're just gonna make more money.
Yeah.
Why not? Here's the thing, though.
I still like ending the console race and just everybody move to PC.
Well, I mean, that's come on, man. That's the end game. That's eventually what's going to happen. That is Ready Player One. Like those goggles are eventually going to be a computer. So
that's right.
Yeah.
That's the end game. But
I still ain't putting on the haptic suit.
I still like console and I still like physical.
Have you seen I don't know if that's on our story, so I might spoil it, but have you seen the stories about the haptic suit for the new Assassin's Creed game coming out?
Oh, no. I saw it. I saw it. Yeah. That it was so ridiculous, but it was almost good,
but it's so ridiculous.
So Ready Player One.
I mean, Matt, you've seen some of those haptic suits that we've passed at conventions and stuff at E3.
Yeah,
it's got the gyros and stuff. It looks like it's 10,
and
20 pounds.
They're usually over in the adult entertainment corner.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Right next to Naughty America. But
yeah.
Actually, this one actually looks pretty good. Like they've made some good feats on haptic suits. They said it's half a pound in total. It looks like a piece of clothing. So, I mean, I don't know. It kind of seems kind of interesting, but the new Assassin's Creed is that supposed to be a VR game?
There's a VR Assassin's Creed coming out. Yeah.
Oh, okay. There's a mobile, a new 2 console games, and a VR.
And the VR is, I think it's Quest exclusive. I think it was Quest exclusive.
Something, yeah.
Oh, Meta,
yeah, or whatever it is now. So, but that said, so I think ultimately, to that point though, is that's one thing. One of the many things I agree with Phil Spencer on is that, let's just end it. Let's just have multiplayer. To your point, Jerry, have the branding. Like, for instance, with MLB The Show right now. Granted,
typically that's kind of where we are. Only, I mean, now the games, essentially the games just aren't allowed on the other console. So, really,
it's where we used to be until this whole buy up every third party because we can't make first party studios actually come up with something good.
Or at least come to an agreement for allowing the greatest hits to be on Game Pass
or whatever. But you look at MLB The Show now. Granted, MLB forced Sony's hand with that and said, "Hey, if you still want to keep the the first party license, then you need to put it out on everything. But when you start it up on Xbox, Switch, PlayStation, it all starts up with that PlayStation logo.
Yeah.
So still have your branding. Why not? I mean, it's still going to make you more money. Regardless. And that's why I think that Jim Ryan's stance of not wanting to give out a dev kit to Xbox now that Xbox owns Activision, is kind of a bad move, because if you're going to want them to put the best version of the game on your console, you should probably give them a console to work with.
Yeah.
So agreed. But I also see the business strategy behind it, like the paranoia behind it. But it's
Jim Ryan.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. It's Jim Ryan.
Come on,
at the same point, is it actually needed? Because we just went over the fact that like they're making, what was it, FF16 doesn't work on Xbox because of the differences in hardware. So I mean, like if you develop on the lesser hardware, it's going to work on the higher hardware. It's just not going to take the most out of it. So I mean, it doesn't really necessarily prevent them from making games and not necessarily higher quality games. It's just that it just doesn't have the hardware
but
to run it to something else.
Now the gamers and everybody are suffering for that. Once again,
but how much are they suffering from it? Like really, how much? Like 1080p gaming is still a huge thing. 4K gaming still hasn't breached anything.
It's barely the norm. People still don't really have 4K really as the norm right now.
I mean, even my 4K HDR monitor that cost me when I bought it a couple of years ago was like $600.
But it's still the amount of technology and the cost in order to output it is still not there. Because I mean, like PS5 has 4K, but it's still only 30 FPS 4K. I mean, that 30 FPS in general in
in all fairness,
Starfield quality is going to suck. 30 FPS, plain and simple, sucks. I'm going to say it. That's my opinion, but I'm still going to say it sucks.
I like cinematic version better than performance. That's just
30 FPS 6. I do 120 or minimum 60. I'll go down to 1080 at 60 instead of 4K 30 any day.
I actually go minimum 60, max 120.
So let's make Jason jealous.
It's the revolution.
So we're talking about Xbox.
Jealous. I don't know about jealous. He'll have FOMO that he doesn't.
He has FOMO.
I think
so. Here are the last two games with gold games: Blue Fire and Initial Drift.
I don't see anything on your screen.
I'm not seeing anything either.
Is it not sharing it? Hold on. Let me re-share that screen.
Okay. Don't worry, listeners. We're all tech savvy. We understand.
Right? Do you see it now?
No.
What the heck? My sharing sucks.
We're a Verizon commercial.
I know, right? For some reason, it's like pausing my screen share. So I'm just.
Too bad Gen Z has no idea what that means.
Can you hear me now?
There.
Yeah, no.
Now there we go.
There we go. I don't know what was wrong with it, but anyways, here's the games
Fire
with an Initial Drift. So Blue Fire is described as evil forces have taken over the world of Penumbra. They need a warrior of light and darkness. Embark on a journey to explore temples filled with 3D platforming challenges, battle wild enemies, and go on side quests. Master the art of movement as you face increasingly challenging void puzzles and unlock the secrets that will save the day.
That actually sounds pretty fun in my mind.
Yeah.
I refresh my memory. Penumbra is another name for whatchamacallit, in between heaven and earth and hell. The Supernatural fans, come on, tell me, what's that one that's in between?
Like purgatory.
Yeah, isn't Penumbra like another name for purgatory?
I do not know.
To Google we go.
I do not know that.
Penumbra.
From an astronomer's perspective, it is the shadow cast by the Earth or Moon over an area experiencing a partial eclipse.
Oh, okay. So I actually know where I actually know where I've heard Penumbra from. Then it's a Destiny reference.
Awesome.
Oh my god, nerd. And then you've got Inertial Drift, Inertial Drift. Can you
Oh,
match the
Inertial
perfect
Drift.
Drive through a 90s retro feature in this arcade racing game that leverages a unique handling model and twin stick drift mechanics.
Yeah, bro.
So,
No, dude, that game was revolutionary
Oh, you played
when
it
it came out in I have no freaking clue when, because that game was never heard of.
I would bet that you were still working the game store when it came out.
Yeah. So I mean,
Probably.
for an indie,
I'm betting around
probably.
I mean, for an indie title,
It actually does look kind of good.
It looks pretty good.
I kind of like it. I like the comic book kind of
the
feel
graphic
to
quality
it.
is a little outdated, but
No, it's just
Well, it's kind of but now looking at it now, it's kind of a retro feel where like that could kind of work today.
Wind Waker goes racing.
As weird as it makes sense, like I was actually gonna go, makes me think Borderlands Gone Racing.
Kind of, yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
I like the animation, yeah. It actually is kind of cool.
All in all, I mean, they're all right. I mean,
it does look cool.
Go look at.
I will actually say something. I think they're going out strong for their last.
Oh, I like the animation in
I like that too.
This one looks.
It looks it looks cool.
This one looks fun.
Yeah,
Blue Fire.
They good kudos. They start. You're right.
I mean, it's about
ended strong.
And it's about time, Xbox, but you gotta end it on strong.
So late.
Jeez,
so late.
Yep. So now let's look at the PlayStation side for PlayStation Plus.
I didn't even know that there was a 2K golf, to be honest.
Me neither.
Oh, it's been out for a while.
It's still going.
Yeah. So
Death's Door is a good one, I heard.
Death's Door is really good. I own it on the Switch.
Okay.
I have it on PC. I really like Death's Door. Death's Door is a very good game.
I heard that was good.
Now, Dreams, on the other hand, has been phenomenal, but they're ending support for it next month.
Oh, bummer.
To what extent?
To all extent, like Media Molecule will no longer be providing technical support for Dreams.
Oh, okay.
They're moving on to a new game and
everything.
So you can still play it. I don't know how long.
Now, what is Dreams? Is it kind of like
that's the one where
giant toy box creator tool?
And there is some amazing games that have been created in Dreams that I've seen videos of.
That one viral video of the creator that made the Avatar attempt game. Yep. That was in Dreams.
Someone created. Okay. I don't remember which Zelda game it is. They replicated it in Dreams.
Ocarina. They did Ocarina first.
Yeah. So, it's not bad, but at the same time as when you're offering up something that the studio behind it has already said we're ending support for it in September. I mean, it's a little late for it, I think, for Dreams. Golf.
It's another wash month.
I wouldn't go as far as wash. I mean, it's summer, so golf is a big thing in summer. I mean, Death's Door is really good. True. Dreams is also still very good to really allow you to
golf has
open
a
up
huge
your creativity.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't go as far as wash, like not one of their best, sure. But I personally wouldn't go as far as wash.
Okay.
So it's okay. Like I already have Dreams. I bought that when it was on the Founders Edition type thing. When it first came out. I messed around with it. It was not my cup of tea because I'm not good enough to do that stuff. I can't admit it. I'm not that good at that stuff.
Because did you ever mess around with Toy Box with when Disney Infinity was the thing?
A little, and I still sucked. I sucked at that too. Like I can build islands like no other, and I'm great at Roller Coaster Tycoon and SimCity, but for some reason, I sucked at those. I don't know why.
Interesting.
But Death's Door, I recommend picking up, especially now that it's free for PlayStation Plus.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's
one of those Jerry, it's one of those like top down 3D or third person.
It's a roguelike. It's very much roguelike,
but you have to it's the right stick aim in circles all over the place, whatever.
Okay.
Kind of like what's the one? What's an example game, Matt? I know you know one where you have to like you can move in direction, but you're
Torchlight.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For
Gauntlet
just for controls type of deal to give a feel, but
so
it's a good story. I like it. It's fun.
Hey Jerry, did you get yours?
No, I didn't.
Well,
I'm
you're
gonna
not
wait on
going
them.
to. You're not going to now. They're sold out.
Oh, yeah, I know.
They were sold out literally within 10 minutes of them dropping on the PlayStation Store.
I totally
Yeah,
forgot
I
it was
figured,
last
but
Friday.
I
I
also
totally forgot.
that was the other thing. Like I went to the website, but I was like, no, I can wait.
Yeah.
If they're going to offer
Um,
these, they're going to offer them in the past, like they have the rest of
mhm.
the
Yep.
plates. I'm more than happy
You're
to
just
wait.
going to do plates, right?
So
I'm just doing plates. I don't need the controller as cool as it is. I really look for something more like something fully unique. Like
you know
the
what?
one
The
was
God
a
of War, like the
job.
God of War Ragnarok
Like,
controller was really nice
yeah,
compared to
yeah.
that one.
And then
So-
the other one I have is the digital camo, which I'm once again all painted. I kind of prefer a full paint job where like this is clever, but I don't need it.
Mhm.
Fair.
It's like even the plates are kind of half, a half attempt.
That's why I'm not. Yeah, that's why I'm like not crazy about having to get it now. Like if the opportunity comes, like I'll drop the $60 to get some new plates, to get some different plates for here because I still don't have any.
Yep.
So,
So with that, Nintendo updated Switch Online.
Ooh, I saw that.
oh what?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Ages, Oracle of Seasons from Game Boy Color are now
big drop.
So when you look at the Zelda games, there's a huge amount of Zelda on the Switch now. You've
a lot
got
of
Zelda
old school, a lot of old school fans are going to be very happy with these.
Oh, I loved Ages and Seasons so much as a kid.
I never played them, so I'm going to take this opportunity to play.
I never got to play them either, but I was always told about them.
So
they were hard to find.
Like I liked it better than Four Swords and Minish Cap.
Which
really,
when you look at the grand scheme of things, look at how much is on the Switch now. You have Zelda 1 and 2 from NES. You have Link to the Past from Super Nintendo. You have Ocarina and Majora's Mask. From N64. We now have Ages and Seasons. We have Minish Cap. We have Link's Awakening DX. We have Skyward Sword. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. Link's Awakening.
Why can't we get freaking Wind Waker?
Why can't we get Wind Waker?
That's why I'm still hoping Twilight. I'm still hoping that they're like kind of thinking of maybe either a dual pack or a special edition like physical. That'd be so sweet.
I'll buy them separately if I have to.
So I would too. That'd be so sweet.
Put it on. Just port the Wii. I mean, we've got Game Boy, we've got Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, Sega Genesis.
Wind Waker. Just Wind Waker, man.
Port the Wii and Wii U. Port it.
Yep. So now in the Nintendo realm, another article has come out about Switch 2. And it seems like it's picking up some steam now.
Yeah, I was going to say something too. Like more rumors are getting more and more frequent,
and it hasn't been corroborated yet. Right? Nintendo's being tight-lipped about it, but VGC came out and it's now being picked up.
But you can tell like you can read the waves when like a lot of YouTubers are starting to come out like the Switch 2, what it may and may not have, or like predictions on when it's coming out. Like more frequent videos of that sort are coming out where it's it's getting
I think this particular leak has a little bit more power behind it because they've mentioned that dev kits are already with partner studios. And if you're looking at a second half of 2024 for a launch, you got to get these games going. Like, some of these games are already in the mix. You need to get the dev kits into their hands so they can start coding for the Switch 2. So you have a launch title.
Well, I like with the dev kits coming out, I'm the only thing that I'm expecting is an announcement. And then I think it's going to be like a year off.
I honestly think we're gonna
because the
get
dev kits are just being sent out.
I would give it 6 months after an announcement.
So I'm
You
gonna
know what? True. Because they wouldn't make that announcement unless they actually already had some inventory. You're right. Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna go out and say the announcement happens at Summer Game Fest, and it launches September, October. So
Of
3-4
this year?
months.
So
Of
Summer
next
Game
year.
Fest next
No,
year.
next
Yeah.
Oh, next year. Okay.
Yeah, Summer Game Fest
Okay,
next
yeah.
I was
summer.
gonna say, yeah, that was already in
So-
June.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, so
wait,
at June Summer Game
so
Fest,
Summerfest
you
are
know,
like going on again. Like,
I can
okay.
see, I can see Jeff Keighley pulling that off, being that there's not going to be an E3.
I don't know. I kind of think that there may be an announcement this year because we
That's what
know
I
how
think.
Nintendo likes to do these last minute announcements, these Nintendo Directs that come out of nowhere. And I think
Yeah,
I would
I think they're going to set themselves up for a year. Yeah.
in October. And then we're going to hear, and we're going to actually say that I will actually say if they do it in October, announce in October, we'll see it in holiday of 2024.
Yes.
I don't
And
think you
I
want to
think
do it
we'll
holiday
see
2024 though, because
Why?
you won't have, because it's going to be hard enough to get inventory. I mean, granted, you're going to be doing some lead time of up to a year to get the console up and running, but you're going to have a lot of upset kids
but
because
with Nintendo, when they make the announcement, they're already in the works of making their consoles and getting ready for that year.
Yeah, they're ready to manufacture, so they got plenty of time.
That's why, I think that's why I agree, Theo, that I think we're going to get an announcement, like pretty much just an announcement trailer. We're going to see what it looks like. We're going to get schematics and like maybe some titles for the Switch 2, and that's it. And a timeline, like fall, spring, whatever, and then later on, I think holiday, it's going to get sold and released. That sounds more like Nintendo's strategy.
What were you saying, Matt, about disappointed kids?
So think about this. You bring it out at holiday, you are going to have a lot of disappointed people and kids because,
but
you're
not
gonna have a lot
necessarily
of
because
consoles.
they're going to learn from the Switch.
I don't understand.
So-
Let him say his point. I don't understand why kids are going to be disappointed.
Well, no, because you're gonna have limited you're gonna have limited supplies. So they're gonna be hard to find at the holidays. I think you do it.
But why would they have
Ramped
limited
up before.
supplies
When they give themselves the whole year?
If the scenario is that announcement, they're already at a production level product that all that they have to do is manufacture.
Yeah.
And have a year to do it. Why would you be?
We'll see.
And they would learn from their past from the Switch.
What do you think would influence a lack of production?
It depends on which chipset they go with.
Okay.
Right. Ultimately, we still have chipset issues, right? That's still a given.
Well, it's going to be an endless battle.
That's going to be an endless battle to get back to where it's at. I think you're going to need to look at LCD, if they're going LCD versus OLED, which the reports are saying they are going LCD to keep the cost down.
Yeah.
We don't even know what the design even looks like. So I think that's going to play a part into it is how are you designing the console? What's the base going to look like? What chipsets are going into each, side of the equations? I think that holiday is where you want to set up yourself for your games to make you money and make up for the loss that you're going to take on your console. So it'd be better to put it on your quarter 3 financials, your quarter 2 financials versus your quarter 4 financials. Let your gaming
if they give themselves enough time, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah. But let's look at the console launches though, right? When you look at NES launched in July of 83.
Okay.
You did have Super Nintendo November of 90.
Super Nintendo was crazy.
N64 was
Those were hard
June
to
of
find.
N64 June of 96.
Those were crazy. Those were hard to find.
GameCube was November of 2001.
Okay.
I don't remember. I slept on that. I got it later.
The Wii was November of 2006, which those were
Also
so hard to
slept on.
find.
Also slept on that.
I also slept on it, but it was
I
still
was actually
really hard to get.
I was very
They were-
I was okay with my 64 for a very long time.
Yeah.
That and my PlayStation.
So you had November there. You have the Wii U was November of
Did not
2012.
buy it.
I
Already-
enjoyed no.
I
The,
already
buy
knew that
Wii U.
one. Did not buy that one.
The-
I already knew that.
the Wii U had potential, but they marketed it super poorly.
No,
Correct.
I
Yeah,
already
I
knew I
agree.
didn't want it when like the only thing that like piqued my interest was the controller.
But
I
I mean,
had the-
you have. I would think that you guys would agree that they had to go through the Wii U in order to understand what they needed to do for the Switch.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Like there's no
Oh,
way that you
absolutely.
could make the Switch
no.
out of nothing.
They would not have gone through the trials and like, oh yeah, all the R&D. Absolutely.
Yeah, the
It
Wii
was just not a
Mhm.
great console.
you know what? I had the Wind Waker edition, which is
Oh, really?
cool.
So cool.
Oh yeah,
That's
it was
pretty
great. And when you got it,
Yeah,
right, you got
the big controller one looked
um,
cool with the design on it as well.
yeah, and it came with the Hyrule Hysteria with Historian, which is the one I've got the hard copy book of, that green one. It actually came with a digital version of that, so you could go through
cool.
it. And then when you look at the Switch, then that was March of 2017. So
There's
for
a
the
March
most
release
part,
for the Switch.
yeah,
Yeah.
March
Wow.
3rd, 2017. So overall, you generally see their consoles coming out either late spring or in November. So,
All right, so then I will change my predictions to still October. It will
Okay.
be a spring release, but then we'll also have supply issues because it'll be so quick.
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
late spring as well.
I think it's gonna be the back end, because if studios are now just getting dev kits right, you're gonna need some ramp up time to get your games up and running on the console, right? You probably already have your games coded. You just now need to have time to actually get them running on the Switch too.
Well, I mean, that's still
So-
going to depend on the hardware because, like, if it's anything close to like Xbox, especially since they've been doing Game Pass stuff, that I think that might be pretty easy to port.
It just depends on how they do it, because we don't even know if it's gonna be backwards compatible yet.
True.
So that's gonna be another thing. So
But also, given their history, it
Mhm.
hopefully
It tends
hopefully
to
it
be.
will be. Yeah, it tends to be, and hopefully it will, because that would suck for other Switch owners.
So I mean, at the
Mhm.
very
Because
least,
I would want to
correct
keep
me if
like
I'm
all
wrong.
of my
Wii
games.
U was backwards compatible to Wii, right?
Yeah,
I believe it
yes,
was.
I believe it
Okay.
was.
It was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
And then they came out
And-
with a better version of Wii Sports, and that was great.
Yeah,
dude,
I don't
we
see
know
them
they have
not
the
going
history
to
with
backwards
cartridges.
compatible.
We know
Yeah.
they have the history of backwards compatible cartridges because I mean,
Right,
when-
and I
went
still
all
think
the
they're
way
going to go
through-
cartridge even with this with the two.
Well, that is the
Even
one
with
thing
the
in the
3DS and
article.
everything.
It was reported as it's going to have a cartridge slot for physical games.
Okay.
Yes,
So
physical baby.
It's always an
And-
easy win for Jerry.
Keep it alive. Keep
So-
it alive, baby.
Jerry, I may be starting to join that physical side.
Oh,
As much as I
really?
prefer my digitals, because I'm running out of room on my 400 gig SD
Oh,
card.
really? With your digital, because you save so much space. Like,
I
no,
thought you
Well-
were gonna grab that Tears of the Kingdom 1 terabyte card.
Not for $150.
Oh, okay. So apparently
yeah.
I should have texted you. It was down to $100 on Prime Day.
Oh, no,
So
it's
I
okay.
grabbed it.
I'm good.
Okay.
It's just I look at like how many games I have, right? And some of the ones that are the big spacers are Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom.
the big game. Yeah.
How many freaking
You know.
games do you have installed all at the same time? Like 30 more? Because like we said, the big ones is Breath of the Wild, to the Kingdom. Those are like 16 apiece. Like, now I'm curious, how many freaking games do you have installed at one time?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times 6, 54 plus 3. I have 57 games. How many of those are actually cartridge based? Let's look. 1,
Oh, yeah.
2, 3.
I feel like that's storage management there.
I only have 3 games, 4 games
That are physical?
that are physical, Everything else is all digital.
Damn,
on
you,
my
you
console.
lagging, dog. You lagging. No, I'm just kidding.
Really? Okay.
You
I'm gonna
lagging
say,
in the
I'm gonna say that's even
physical
better.
game, dog.
No. That's better because can you imagine how much space on his shelf is taken up by 50 games in physical?
Yeah, that is true.
Come on now.
No, yeah, dude.
Well,
One of my cubbies is completely full of empty PS5, PS4, and Switch boxes.
Now, some of these are digital
I have
only.
no
though.
room to talk. See, your digital space, my physical space, it's the same thing, dude. It's so funny. Yeah, dude. I like gradually have to like close it. I'm like, okay, like I got a little bit more room for like 1 or 2 more games, and then
I'm just gonna wait until you need to start
gotta
prying
relocate.
something in front of it so that way it doesn't spill out.
So like when I look at this, right, is 27 gig is FF10.
Wow.
Because it's got 10
yeah,
and
that makes
10.
sense.
That seems reasonable.
It's 10 and 10 too.
Final
That seems
Fantasy.
reasonable.
Yeah, those are big.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is 18.
Okay.
Smash Brothers is 17. Fire Emblem
Smash Bros is up to 17?
17.
Actually, yeah, it's gotten a lot.
Why? Amount of characters,
Fire Emblem, Tears, Knights of the Republic 2, Breath of the Wild, all hovering right about 16 gig a piece.
Yeah.
On a 10 gig, so
yeah, bro.
it's all right. So yeah.
I think my personal opinion is that you don't switch to physical. You just need to undownload some games.
I might because I don't have any room for a Mario RPG.
When does that come out again? I forgot about Mario RPG coming out.
Oh yeah.
When is
the next
month, isn't it? Or this month, August?
Switch game I have pre-ordered is Wonder. Mario.
I have Wonder, Detective Pikachu Returns, and Mario RPG.
I'm gonna sleep on Pikachu for a bit.
I'm only doing it for the kids.
It's not a great choice.
Like,
Pikachu will shock you if you sleep on him for too long.
Super Mario RPG is November 17th.
Nerd. I love it.
You're welcome.
So
okay.
So
that's not
that
too
one,
good.
That one I'm grabbing digitally because it's an RPG, and yeah.
Oh,
The boys want to play it, we can play it together.
Gotcha.
On my Switch. So
I'm right.
Anyways.
Oh yeah, that is the other thing. You can still play with one digital copy across multiple Switches, right? No?
Kind of, sort of, but you have to basically, it's the same thing with sharing, like on PlayStation, stuff like that. You have to load your console profile.
Okay.
And then log it in and then log it out and all that. You can't play this. One digital copy cannot be played on multiple Switches at the same time.
Unless someone knows what they're doing to log in and log out and all that.
But even then, though, I can't be logged into 2 Switches at the same time.
So wait, how do you play with the boys with the RPG? So why is digital better than?
No, in this case is if they want to play it, I'll just take my Switch that's got the digital copy on it, and we'll dock it on whatever TV we're going to play it on, and we can just play it there. I'm not going to get a physical copy.
Oh, okay.
Now, that being said, we have multiple copies of Mario Kart in the house, multiple copies of Animal Crossing.
Is Mario RPG one that like it's multiplayer on the same console that you can like?
Single player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just like playing Final Fantasy, just Mario.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So, Jerry, what you been playing?
I've kind of been all over the place. I'm still playing Tears. I'm here and there with Grand Theft, and then I recently got kind of a itch to play Far Cry 6 since I've been playing High on Life. So yeah, I've been playing another shooter. But yeah, other than that, that's what I've been playing.
I'm curious how High on Life inspired Far Cry 6. I feel like that's quite the difference.
Well, just the different kinds of like things you can do with the alien guns. Same thing, kind of this along the same lines as Far Cry. You just have like different gadgets. So like I have like a rocket backpack that does a mortar rocket against like a tank if I wanted to. So like it's also like equally as ridiculous. So that's why I kind of like, you know what? I haven't played Far Cry. That's why
I just feel like you described like you're playing somewhat close to the same game in 3 different formats. You got
honestly,
Tears
of.
High and Left that is like Rocket Shield. You're just gonna like just launch yourself somewhere. So I mean, I feel like that's what you just described to me.
Kind of. But yeah. That's what I've been playing.
Nice,
Matt, what about you?
I have stopped playing FF16.
Really?
My biggest complaint is that it's too many damn cutscenes.
Well,
that you can't skip?
You can skip them, but then you're missing huge chunks of story.
Okay.
But yeah,
So
you want to go through the story.
But the thing is though, is that there's so many cutscenes. Like you'll go for
well,
5,
you had
10
to
minutes.
expect that. Like,
so do you have a preference of
the boy band
text
one
versus cutscene?
Yeah, the boy band one cutscenes were ridiculous, and not to mention the
worse.
Oh, really?
It is worse than 15. Like, so even
so do you prefer like text story versus cutscene?
I like enhancement cutscenes. And then you have the text for like talking with NPCs and stuff like that. I like that mix of it. Whereas this isn't really a mix. You're like
you're sitting down for a normal cinema, and then you're sitting down for a second cinema and possibly a third. Like that's how long they're honestly, kind of going.
Okay, let's put it this way: Metal Gear on PlayStation 3.
Okay.
There's cutscenes in it so long that Hideo put in save points. That's what this feels like. That I'm having to.
I do remember that. Watching my that game, was 4. Right? Yeah, that was 4. I think.
Yeah, and I think that's.
Yeah, and I do remember that.
And I think for me that the direction they're going with Final Fantasy is starting to lose me as a fan of Final Fantasy.
Really?
Because here's the thing: is like 15 and 13 to an extent, right? 13 you could build up your Eidolon summoning and then you could summon it in, right? But 15 and 16 you can only use the summons, and even 7 remake, right? You have to trigger certain parts in the story on when you can use your summon. It's not like 7, 8, 9, 10 where you just summon them, right? And they come out and then they go back in, whatever. This is you only get to be Ifrit for certain parts of the game. That's it.
Oh, that's annoying.
That's a bummer.
Other than that, you're using their ability. So it's kind of
I thought that was like the change of the game where like it was kind of an ability where once you got your summons, that was like your big move. You
get their
summon your summons, but then you get to control them.
You get their abilities, but there's only certain points where you can actually become Ifrit, and control them. It's only certain points during the story. That's it. Other than that, it's just a straight up.
I thought that was going to be a regular
RPG
thing.
Nope.
Yeah, see, that's why I stick with the original few that I fell in love with, which was 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yep. So I am down a even bigger, massive rabbit hole with my island. I was telling Theo before we started recording tonight. So I was originally only redoing like 3/4 of my island, and I said screw it, and got a bug, and now I'm redoing the other third of the island. So I probably won't have it done by Friday when we get to when I get to LA. We'll see. There's been a lot of Mario Kart going on in the house. There's been
we do have a 2-hour flight. I mean, that's a good chunk right there, right?
It took me 2 hours just to redo one tiny little area of my island. Good saying. Because I was being OCD with how it looked and how it was spaced and all of that stuff.
I have a feeling you see, I can't talk because I too understand the addiction. It's just not
it's just for you is catching
it's
fish.
The West. It's the Wild West.
Yeah.
We're getting that special
and news on that front.
Belt.
Oh Lord. Oh, news on that front, boys.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So apparently some information leaked on Rockstar where they do have plans on a GTA 6. It is in the works. They are working on it.
it's been in development for 10 years and it's cost $2 billion to make so far.
Yes, and it is getting close to being finished or whatever, or like getting close. But
what we're saying is the next GTA is going to last for 20 years. Or until we all retire.
So the feats that they are talking about, like what you can do, are like as monumental as Starfield. So like any building shop, you can go in and interact. Like
it is
the AI for the cops, it's ridiculous. But the bigger news. Yes, 6 is on the works and coming. But before that, Rockstar is planning to release 2 OG remade games, which is Red Dead 1 and possibly Bully.
Oh no, that's already been confirmed. That was leaked a couple of weeks ago. It's coming. So,
but full Red Dead and the Undead DLC.
We're gonna lose Jerry.
Oh my god!
Whatever he's playing,
I'm gonna tell you right
Red
now.
Dead.
First of all, collector's edition, yes, and that will be the game. Like you will lose me. You will lose.
So
me
I'm going to put it out there right now because we have time. Jerry, I'm going to give you no excuse for when that comes out that we don't have you set up to stream that while you're playing.
I'm down. To do it. Okay.
All right.
I'll try that. I'll try,
And call the sessions Fishing with Gerard.
Yes.
Come on down.
Anyways, so
try and get a bite.
Back to what I've been playing. So there's been Mario Kart happening.
Okay, cool.
There's been some new Super Mario Brothers U being played, and then I did start at Pikmin 4.
How is it? Yeah,
it is gorgeous. Like absolutely gorgeous, and how the way the land, the area is that you interact with it, it's almost to the point of kind of in some ways photorealism for like the way the dirt and stuff kind of looks, and it looks fantastic. So I'm having fun with it. And then I keep staring at it, and I'm probably gonna start an FF 8 or 9 run here.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. You have to update me on 8.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say.
I love 7. I love 8. I love 9. I love 10.
I forget. Did you skip 12?
12, I watched enough of my roommate playing that to realize I didn't want to play it because you could just program all the characters and just walk away.
Oh, okay.
So he'd sit there and let them go farming while he was playing World of Warcraft. Like it was that ridiculous. So
yeah, that's ridiculous.
I own it on the PlayStation. I don't know if I'll get into playing it, but I'm gonna fire up 8, 9, or I might decide to do 10. But I'm jonesing for the. I didn't like Blitzball.
What?
I just didn't like it.
Blitzball was okay.
It was
really?
Okay. It was just
that was the one time in a Final Fantasy game I was like, oh man, this side game is finally great. Like I loved Blitzball. Damn. You guys didn't like it.
But I really want to go back through 9.
Bummer.
Like 9 is fantastic. So
9 was good.
I love it. 8 is honestly, when it comes to Final Fantasy scores, 8 is one of my favorite scores for Final Fantasy.
I still think like the Gunblades were like the most imaginative part that they've come out with. Like, and like, correct me if I'm wrong. An anime may have done it before, but I felt like that was the first time we saw something like that was in that game. But I could be wrong.
Maybe, I don't know. But Theo, besides Tears of the Kingdom, what you been playing?
Nothing, just Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Have you forsaken Destiny?
No, I mean there's really been no time to do Destiny, or at least like we all know Destiny isn't just one that like it's a new refresh and you play one day and knock everything out. No, there's no such thing as that. And I mean I've been away from the house so much with trips and everything, like there's really no point for me to pick it back up. So at least with
right
Tears I can play for a half hour, put it away, and get something done, and do it, or at least help a 3-hour plane flight pass by.
Yeah.
So it's got that going. But I did it in succession or in accordance with the Here's the Kingdom and Focus on Switch. I did buy some kits off of Amazon to mod stuff. So I did the controller as purple.
Nice.
Nice, dude.
I did the Wii as all white. So it's instead of the black back or anything.
Sick, bro.
Took apart the whole thing and replaced it. So that was the most nerve-wracking thing ever.
Oh,
wait, you took apart your Switch?
I took apart the Switch.
Dang,
you have to take it
yo.
apart. It's one of those kits where you take it apart and you replace it.
You break the warranty.
Damn. There was totally a piece that I legitimately broke, and I had a heart attack.
And I
wasn't sure if I destroyed my Switch today.
Oh, dang! But that's cool. Now you went through it. Now you know what to do.
Yes.
Cool.
Yep. So I'll do it again.
All right.
But yeah, that's what I got.
So with that, I want to thank everybody for crashing game night with us tonight. If you like what you heard, make sure to hit that follow button on whatever platform you're listening to us on. If you want to check out back episodes, head on over to crashinggamenight.com. Check out the platforms we're carried on. Just a bit of a programming note. We will not be live next week. Just depending on when we're in LA, when we all get together to actually just record. So it'll just be easier from a traveling perspective just to do a recording, since Theo and I both have early morning flights that Tuesday morning. So I would rather just relax and not have to worry about anything that night. So we're just going to record the episode and it will air probably that Friday.
I get to work that afternoon as soon as we get back from our flights too.
That sucks. I'm off the Tuesday, Wednesday. Not to
and Wednesday too.
I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday.
So jealous.
Dang.
Anyways, with that, guys, just be excellent to each other.
That's right, everybody. Let's be excellent to each other. Let's try and exercise some more patience, some more kindness. Once again, let's promote the same message as always. Let's just try and be a little better, do a little better, and spread a little love, and get down tonight. No, just want everybody.
Oh my God! I was just as soon as you said that, I was like, spread a little love.
But yeah, but that's what I mean, guys. Let's smile. Let's try and help each other out, and let's just try and do better and try and help out when we can, and just spread more love and compassion. Oh! I'll take it. And then to my man.
Okay.
Theo, baby.
You see, they messed that one up.
I made it my own. I'm not trying to be like anyone but me. I messed it up. I know I messed it up.
Okay. That's good. Well, thank you all for watching. Thanks for listening. Till next time, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.
Good night, everybody.
Mummy. He just doesn't He does it so good.
He does it so good.
He does.